Hello everybody, my name is Kala Siddiqui, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to change the battery in a TomTom Go 720. This is a 720, but the instructions the same for 720, 920, 760, 630 and all of that. Basically all the TomTom Goes with this type of body is going to be the same procedure, replacing the battery. Alright, and how do we know the battery is bad? We know the battery is bad because the battery should last for at least an hour, more like 2 hours. But look how quickly, after 8 hours of charge, look how quickly it flickers as weak battery. It dropped like nearly almost 75% in less than a minute. So this is a defective battery. It needs to go. Alright. Let's turn this off. And turn it around. The first thing we need to do is open these two screws. The screwdriver that we need for this is a T6. That's the size. The 40 right here is the length in millimeters. So that the actual size is T6. Okay. Let's open this. I actually had a video on this 5 years ago, but back then my cameras weren't that good, so I'm making a new one. Watch how I open this, right? There is no screw on this side, so now you have to put your nails underneath and push this out, pull this out gently, very, very gently, like that. See how it comes off? You have to do gently, because if you put too much force, it will come out suddenly and it will break the screen cable. So it's very critical to do it slowly. Okay, so now that I have it open, I'm gonna use a dull knife. This is a dull knife, it's not sharp, to kind of support it from here. And those clicks are actually the plastic tabs that they unlock. It's not like it's not broken or anything. I didn't break it or anything. I'm gonna show you what made the click. Okay, so the clicking noise was these guys locking in and out. See how they're like little hooks? That's what was making the click. And right here is where you have to be very, very careful. See how it's attached? Two wires are attached. One is the microphone and the other one is the video cable. The screen cable is what I mean. So I unplug that. Never pull it from the cable. I've seen people pulling the cable. The cable will simply snap off and break. So you have to do it very, very gently. Now I'm going to zoom in. This requires zooming because this is critical. Right here, you notice there's a tape. Okay, that tape needs to be removed. But you don't remove it like this. You don't push it up perpendicular. You go like this because you don't want it to pull the cable and damage it. Like that. Leave it here. You will need it again. See these two tabs, brown color tabs? You have to pull it up gently, but you have to apply pressure parallel from both ends. Okay, apply pressure parallel. Let me go with this camera here because there's too much reflection on that camera. Okay, so you see this two brown tabs. Watch how I push it parallel. Watch. Okay, it's done. It's released, and that's how the battery, the screen gets released. Okay, now that the screen is released, let's open additional screws. Additional screws are this and that. These two screws we have to open. Do not lose these screws because it's very hard to find this size screw. It's very hard. They're very unique star-shaped screws. Luckily, the interior and exterior screws are all the same size as far as the screwdriver is concerned. You don't need to have multiple screwdrivers for this job. Just one screwdriver is enough. So there are a total of 4 screws actually, not 2. 4 screws. There's one here. Let me show you where that is. See that corner? And then there's another one at this corner right there. Right there, yeah. So once again, one screw here, one here, one here, and one right there. Those are the screws. Now it's good. It should come out. There it is. Be careful again. There's another little cable that needs to be unplugged carefully. Hold it with your nails. Hold it from here like this. Never pull it from the cable again. I keep insisting that. Never pull it from the cable. Okay, now you see this little rubber came off? See, let me zoom out so you can see. See the little rubber that came off? This rubber came off from here, from the antenna, but it was on this side. So that's where that rubber goes. And that covers the whole of the antenna so that this antenna doesn't get dust particle in it. This is the cable you need to unplug. Now sadly this battery is just glued, which isn't good. I mean it's just glued. You have to kind of unglue it. It's not a simple task. Very difficult to unglue this. And you cannot put like a screwdriver underneath this because you will damage the board. So what you have to do is you have to use a prying tool, preferably plastic or something, to enter here and lift it gently. You can't use sharp metallic objects like this. You can't use that because they will damage the board. Now see this screwdriver right here? See how these edges are not like sharp and damaging? This would be a good candidate for that. So you put it like that, and instead of going like this, because when you do like this, the tip of the screwdriver is pushing against the board. Instead of that, put it in and then gently go this way. Like that. Like that. Gently. So you don't apply too much pressure, and there it is. So now we have to remove the residue. These are the leftover residues from the previous battery, because the new battery will have its own sticky pad. Okay, so the residue is gone, nice and clean. So this is the new battery. We remove the little 3M sticky, and we put it right in the center. Oh, by the way, you might want to know where I got the battery from. I got it from eBay. The good old eBay. Yes sir, I got it from eBay. Yep. That's where you wanna search the battery. Okay, so this goes right here. Just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna put a tape. Although I don't have to, but just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna put a tape. Okay, ready to assemble. I should have taken the memory card out, but that's another thing. You don't want to leave the memory card. All right. You see these speaker earphone plug and USB? You have to put those through the hole first, like this. Put them through and then close the top. However, you have to get this out. This goes on top. Now we will put the screws. We will put the screws. The second screw. The third, and this is the fourth. Okay, all screws are in. Now what do? We put in the microphone cable. The microphone is for Bluetooth, speaking on the phone, voice recording and all that. By the way, this is the one of the few GPS units that will allow you to record your own voice for the instructions. I have a video on that you can look up and record your own voice if you want to. Okay, so let me switch to the center camera here. So I push this all the way so the shiny golden part is not showing anymore, and then I will push these two tabs down for closing. But you have to push them parallel together, and then you put back this one which we removed, and you're good to go. See, these are the ones that will snap in. But you have to push the bottom first and then the top second. There you go. Before you put the let me put the SD. Before you put the screws back, turn it on, make sure it works. Otherwise your entire surgery could be wrong. So there it is. It fired up. TomTom Go 720 truck GPS. By the way, this is a custom firmware for truck. Normally these are for car. These are car GPSs normally. But then you can download the custom firmware that's released by TomTom to change these to truck GPSs. Alright, let's see. Agree. I want to see the battery, and look at that. Nearly 100%. Usually new batteries don't have a charge, but this one was fully charged. So yeah, that's how you change the battery. And now, last but not least, we put the screws back in. That's the last two screws. We put these two screws, the second screw, and we have to put this antenna cover, the antenna cover, and that's about it. Alright, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe.